Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports.
Big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official, no negotiation needed, period. Salute to the first in the building. Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, is on deck. Salute WCS, my big bro. Errol Spence is part of Boys to Men. We're going to get to the heat of everything, bro. We're going to get to the hot topics, the hot grease. You know how we do it. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing. The GOAT is in the building, on deck. Come back. What's the deal, OG? What's good with it, bro? How you doing? Everybody in there, one love on this Sunday. You know how we do. Arnold Brown on deck. What's good with it? Salute to you, brother. Shout out to the OG, Mr. Golden, in the building. What's good? What's good, Mr. Golden? How you feeling, bro? Sam, you on deck. I see you in the building. Salute to you. Yes, sir. Mr. International Toby Bartlett on deck in the building. Salute WCS in the hottest. We doing it local to global. You know how we rolling. We got the news. And look, if I put a description up there first, that's something I do. I put the description up there first and then I'll change it to what I want it to be. I mean, it's not against the law or anything. That's just what I do. But I do want to talk about something that was basically put out there recently by Errol Spence and what have you. And I will address, once again, to try to educate those who may not be familiar with how the YTC works. There are certain entities that you shouldn't really buckle up and stay close to, because the information is not totally true. The truth, the end of the road. Now, as you probably know from the test of time, I said that Errol Spence would no longer be with Dereck James. You know what I'm saying? What the forecast says per the contract is that Crawford and Spence are supposed to fight in 2024. But we haven't seen no training. We haven't seen nothing that's relatable to Errol Spence still being in the world-class furniture store with Diddy James as his trainer. We haven't seen none of that. But we have, we hearing certain things. You know what I'm saying? Short videos are coming out. I don't know if you're seeing this, but check it out. Pay attention and tell me what you say. So that was Errol Spence going into a yoga facility, which to me, that's good if he's going in there to a yoga to work on his flexibility. You know what I'm saying? To pretty much just try to take care of what he needs that's going to be useful for him heading into this rematch. I mean, maybe he believes, what he has to deal with on a regular basis. Those little small ailments, muscle stiffness, what I'm saying, some arthritis or injuries that he didn't want to disclose, coming off the accident. Who knows what it is? I don't know. Who knows what it is? Real talk. But he was cited out in public. The reason why I think this is so important, because we really haven't seen him out in public in a long ass time, people. We haven't seen Spence out in public a long time. I mean, it's good to see that he's actual existing. You know what I'm saying? It would be good if he actually spoke. No, never mind. I'm not going to say that no more. It's not good. If he don't want to speak to his fans, I understand. I get it. I understand he don't want to speak to him because he don't feel like there's any value to it. I get it. But, sticking to it, I don't know why he was there. He probably, trying to do anything and everything to make sure he work on his flexibility so he can be able to move a bit better in the ring the second time out. Because we all know, like I mentioned before, there's no way that he's going to beat, a win, a rematch with Crawford, period, if he's not able to move any better than what he did. And he might have some other injuries that he's been nursing, you know what I'm saying? Like, not injuries like him going in the ring injured. Injuries that's residual issues for him physically. You know what I'm saying? It can be muscle damage, it can be hip, whatever the case may be. You just don't hit pavement and nothing breaks and nothing fractures or anything like that. So for him, it may be situations that cause him to have arthritic, you know what I'm saying, dilapidation, or something that he has to stay on top of, especially as an active fighter. But it was good to see him out there. But we didn't see him with nobody from his team. You know what I'm saying? That's unlike to just see a fighter out there, solo dolo, going into a facility. But the good thing was he was headed into a facility that wasn't something for people to say, okay, why are you there? You know what I'm saying? Like, all you can eat crab legs. I'm being serious. It's good that he was going into a facility that kind of leads us to think that, yeah, he's preparing for the rematch with Crawford for next year. He's in fight camp somewhere. He's trying to keep that weight off. He's trying to work on his flexibility. He's trying to come in and set a better example than he did last time. That's all I'm saying now, because I want this to be a better competitive fight. Now, what I really want to talk about is the Ryan Garcia situation. There's a Boxing Scene article that was out where Ryan Garcia was talking. You know what I'm saying? And I want to play this for you right quick. And shout out to Boxing Scene. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them.
All the way till the wheels fall off. I'm alright. Like he said, I'm his last fighter. So we gotta try to and see where that goes. I'm alright. Like he said, I'm his last fighter. So we gotta try to take it all the way till the wheels fall off.
So what did y'all get from that? Ryan Garcia putting it out there that Dereck James says his last fighter. What did y'all get from that? I'm his last fighter. What I took from that audio was that Dereck James was pretty much telling Ryan Garcia that you're the last fighter that I'm going to pick up to train. I don't know why. Dereck James, in my opinion, is not as old as other trainers that's out here that's training fighters. But supposedly, Ryan said that Dereck James said that he was his last fighter. What I interpreted from that was that you're going to be the last one that I train under my name, under my banner. You know what I'm saying? That's what I gathered from that. Now, you may listen to others out there that's saying, that Ryan Garcia has made it clear that Errol Spence is no longer with them. I didn't hear anything about him saying Errol Spence is no longer with him. I said that from day one after the fight that Errol Spence wasn't going to be with Dereck James, period. But I also put it out there that I haven't seen him with Dereck James at any given time. He'd be a fool to stay with Dereck James for this rematch as if he's going to get any better, like he's going to make any type of improvement. But listen to this audio from Ryan Garcia. He's pretty much saying, Dereck, say, hey, I'm taking you, and you're going to be the last fighter that I train right now. Now, granted, some people want to put it out there as if Ryan Garcia was basically subliminally letting the world know that somehow he's the only fighter left. You know what I'm saying? Because he said Dereck James, he's going to ride it to the wheels. I'm the only fighter. You know, he's the last fighter he's going to train. So I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. Ryan Garcia is saying he's going to ride until the very end of Dereck James training him. I didn't get the impression that there was nobody else in there. Frank Martin was gone. Errol was gone. You know what I'm saying? We know AJ was gone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no one has put it out there that Ryan Garcia is the only one that's left in the gym. If that is indeed the case, I can't see how that's possible. You know what I'm saying? Nor can I see, you know, Frank Martin switching up unless Errol Spence told him, hey, come with me, I'm leaving the gym. No word has broken from Texas to say that Errol Spence has left Dereck James. Only thing I did was suggest that he's leaving. I was adamant about, okay, if this man have any common sense, he needs to leave Diddy James and go somewhere else and get a new look for this rematch and see how it worked. If Ryan Garcia can come in and look the way he did, with the small improvements, I know people saying he was trash, he was garbage and all that. I disagree. You know, it was a lot of funky stuff he was doing in there, no doubt about it. But as far as him and his improvements, yeah, I gotta give it up. He's been in there working. He's been in there trying to change up. I know he's much younger than Spence. I know their careers are different. But he is in the second division. And he did have some bad habits, loading up, just like Spence has bad habits, throwing the same combinational sets all the time. You know what I'm saying? Spence has bad habits. If Ryan Garcia can stop loading up on the lead left and be patient and don't square his body up all the time, you think Spence can't change? Spence can make some changes too, bro. Like we did see Garcia make some changes. I don't attribute that to Diddy James. I just didn't. It just seemed like a lot of what Floyd was teaching. You know what I'm saying? His movement around the ring, it just seems like Floyd, him leaning back at the waist right outside distance, trying to gauge that defense so they can land counter shots without having to close. You know what I'm saying? Create space, close space. You want to make it as short as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's what I seen from Garcia. He didn't want to hop too far out of range. But sometimes when he was fighting on the inside or right there in the pocket, he was trying to use that funky shoulder roll so he could use the counter uppercut, right uppercut. I get it. He made some improvements. Real talk. He made some freaking improvements. And I'm saying if Ryan can do it, you know, with the amount of fights he has, because shit, I ain't gonna lie. Truth be told, he don't have that. You know what I'm saying? He's damn near close to where Spence. Spence is 28-1, and Ryan is 24-1. I'm just saying, Spence has 4 more fights than Ryan Garcia. I'm just putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jesus. So, you know, with the Errol Spence situation, I know y'all might have heard, you know, somebody sit up there and say, you know, Ryan Garcia say Errol Spence has left Dereck James. Well, put it this way. We all grown adults, right? We all consider ourselves to be intelligent, above average, able to function as daily routines and being able to support ourselves. Aren't we in a era where we can screenshot and record? If Ryan Garcia has made these comments about Errol Spence leaving Derrick James. First of all, why would he even put that out there? You know what I'm saying? That's none of his business. And it makes no sense him coming off a win against Duarte and having his issues with Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. Why would he even speak on it? Second, the biggest part of it all is why can't you record? Why wasn't there a screen record? If the title of your live is pretty much saying that, you know, Ryan Garcia says Errol Spence left Dereck James, then why didn't we hear it? I mean, I don't even know. I shouldn't even ask the why, because I try to explain to people all the time about content creation. You know what I'm saying? Content creation is different for everybody. Some people do it with integrity as much as they could, and some people has taken it as a desperate measure to say, guess what? This is pretty much what I plan on doing for the next 30, 40 years. Right? So I'm willing to do or say anything to get the temporary attraction, you know, get the fans to tune in. I want to get a shock value. So if I put this shit out there and they click on it and they hear the same thing and they keep on coming back, that's stupid of them. And I'm telling you all, we live in an era where you can record something. I didn't hear Ryan Garcia say that on the Boxing Scene article. I didn't hear him say that about, you know what I'm saying, Errol Spence leaving Dereck James. I didn't hear him say that, but I have put it out there that he is more than likely gonna leave Dereck James. That's just me assuming, insinuating, wanting him to leave to get a new look somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? What I put up here first, news is broken. That was just to put it up there and change it. You know, that's not the first time I did it. But I'm not up here for clickbaiting, but some people love it. I found out some people love it. But I just have that issue, you know, like, Blue, what's going on with you, man? I don't know. And also, you remember way back when I was telling y'all, I said, hey, listen, when these guys are doing live streams in their home, the families are going to get tired. They're going to get tired, man. And you're going to have to go somewhere else and do live streams. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what we see in this case. You know what I'm saying? People are saying they're growing, and this, you ain't growing until you leave YouTube behind and become syndicated and become satellite radio or whatever you're trying to do. They get a studio, you got a team. If you're still on here like me, you ain't making no moves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, little half steps here, half steps there, cool. But still, when you're putting out clickbait information saying that Ryan Garcia said Errol Spence left Dereck James, I mean, why isn't that on the audio though? I would have opened up the intro with that on the audio and pretty much put it out there. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe the end of the road is here with Errol Spence. I do believe Errol Spence and Diddy James, you know what I'm saying? Him saying he talked to him on a regular basis, that might be true. But you're not going to convince me until I see them back in training and all access comes back out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you're not going to convince me. I don't care what titles come out. I don't care what I hear from anybody else. You're not going to convince me that Spence is willing to go back in there with Diddy James for this rematch and be trained. I don't see it. Unless Spence is just that lazy where he says, you know what? I felt what I felt. You know what I'm saying? I made it to the ninth round. All I have to do is tighten up some areas of my game. I'm an Olympian. I can do this. I can go in there and correct certain things, not be so hasty to go in on the inside, you know, not be predictable and all this other stuff. He may feel that he don't need to switch up Dereck James. Seriously, he may feel deep down inside he's experienced enough. You know what I'm saying? He's put in enough rounds. It's just too much of his boxing travels that, you know, he's dealt with these people, like the sparring stories that they used to say about Spence. He may feel that, hey, I kind of effed off losing weight and had to drop too much at the last minute. It's a lot that I had to deal with, but now I'm pretty much focused. I'm ahead of the game on this. He may believe that he don't need the freaking lead Diddy James, but I don't think so. I think he's definitely gonna have another coach. Seriously, I seriously think he's gonna have another coach. Just like I said, I believe Mel Charlo is not coming back to Diddy James. It's just, if you at a point in this career and you look the way you did, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to go back to Diddy James, man. I don't know what it is. I don't see what the big deal. Like I said before, I think Brian Bomack said the most classic, vintage, legendary line of this era. You know, when he talked about a coach that already had an undisputed fighter in his tutelage, he said, no more hiding. As if this man has not did anything. This man had 2 unified champions in his stable. And Bomack said, no more hiding. How dare he say that? How dare he say that when he had 2 unified champions? You know why he said it? Because he knew already what type of coach he was. I'm just putting it out there. He said, you've been hiding behind, certain fighters. You've been having people believe that you this type of person, that type of person. No more hiding, bro. You're about to go up against me and my staff. I'm not saying that's what Bomack. Bomack told him something totally different. He said, you haven't went up against me nor my staff. I'm just saying. Bomack put it out there. You have competed against me and my staff, bro. And he went out there and showed he outcoached. Oh my God. It wasn't even close, man. It was an embarrassment. But then I hear certain people that I guess they from around that town. They say, "Hey, man, he's a good coach. He's this, kudos to him. This, that, and that." I'm like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Are you basically going off something we don't know? Like Errol Spence, the way he looked and the damage that he took, and to basically underestimate a fighter in the art of war does it for me. I don't get the feeling that Crawford and his team underestimate the art of war. I think they really dive into it and try to study certain aspects that people don't expect them to know. I think they really want to be much more intellectually inclined than people give them credit. Whereas you have the individuals over there at the world-class furniture store that look at it like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So since we don't respect Crawford, well, we don't have to fix anything. Let's just work on getting your weight down and getting you ready and all that, man. He ain't fought nobody like you. You fought fighters way heavier than him, man. Your fighting style, he ain't gonna be able to handle that. When you go in there with the blind mindset like we witness, you get the results like we witness. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. Watch Spence says a yoga studio. W says, who would be a good coach for EJ? I'm just curious to know where he's willing to travel for a coach. You know what I'm saying? Where he's willing to travel for a coach. I think, Virgil Hunter, you know what I'm saying, would be a good coach. I think Ronnie Shields would be a good coach. If you're talking about somewhere over there in Texas. The reason why I can't go through a whole list there, Samuel, because I don't know how motivated Spence is to be around these coaches. Because some of these coaches don't take no, like Kevin Cunningham is known not to be a no-nonsense type of person, this, that, and the other. It doesn't mean his fighters go out here and have this stupendous track record and be beating people up. I'm just saying as far as discipline-wise, how disciplined, and I said this before, did he stay with Diddy James as long as he did because he's able to do what he wants to do? You know what I'm saying? He's able to do what he wants to do, not what his coaches want him to do. He's able to make changes, and you know what I'm saying. Don't have to worry about the repercussions. I don't know how all that works. Al Money, what's good with it? I see you. 86 Boxing, what's good? I see you on deck. Air was done. I think he is going to fight. I disagree. I disagree, the OG. I think he's going to fight again because there's money in it. There's money in it. Why would you give up a $10 to $15 million payday? Why would you do that? That's a lot of money. He got that big ass damn land he has to take care of. I think he's really going to go back in that. Yeah, for sure. Why not? He was at the Hot Works facility doing infrared sauna workouts. Hey man, whatever he needs to do to keep himself in shape, keep the weight off. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was walking a little, gingerly there. It seemed like the hips was a bit frail. You know what I'm saying? No cameras was on. He might have been, with a walker or something. I don't know. But he looked a little frail going in there, goddamn yoga. But kudos to him, man. I'm glad he's going in there and getting something done. That lets me know that something's brewing on the horizons, man. We got an Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford on the horizon. He's in the infrared yoga facility. Hey, I like it. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? I did yoga in the past. It's called the hot yoga sessions, the Bikram hot yoga sessions. I like it. Seriously, I really like it. It loosens you up and everything. And then I'm not gonna lie, like in California per se, doing that hot yoga, it's just be some of the most eye candy you can ever imagine. But anyway, sticking to the yoga, yeah, it's good to loosen up your muscles and everything and really get a good sweat in, work on your flexibility. I like it. Real talk. I like it. Yoga is underrated because some people just think, oh, it's yoga. I don't want to. Fellas, you should do yoga. I ain't gonna lie to you, because flexibility is everything, especially when you get older. And that's what Spencer's in there, man. Spencer's a little bit stiffer than he used to be. He got to work on some things. Why not go to the yoga facility? You know what I'm saying? Go in there and get that workout. Errol got going nowhere. What's going on, Music Salute? Last I heard, Diddy James say something about Spence. He said, Spence is not in the gym yet. Not sure what to make of it. Well, hey, put it this way, Samuel. Spence not being in his gym, is he lying? Is he lying? How can you say your fighter hasn't been in the gym yet? He's not been in your gym. So he said he got his head right. He just ain't been to the gym. Your gym. He ain't been to your gym. That doesn't mean he ain't been in a gym. He ain't been in your gym. That's all I'm saying, Diddy. Shout out to Bruce Gas, the OG. What's good? How you feeling? So that's what I took from Diddy James and what he said he ain't been in the gym yet. I'm looking at it like he haven't been in his gym. I gave Ron a B for last night. He still has a lot of work to do. Yes, sir. I agree. I didn't give him a B, though. I didn't give him a B, but I did give him a C for credit. I gave him credit for switching up the game, being patient, working off the jab and stand to that. You know what I'm saying? Sticking with the jab, man. Moving. Because he was a flat-footed fighter before. Moving around, using his legs. Dude was standing up in between rounds the first half of the fight. You know what I'm saying? They was trying something new with Ryan. They trying to get his mindset to believe in himself. That's what's going on. They want Ryan to believe that he is one of the best fighters out there. He was standing up in between rounds. He was sticking with the jab. He was landing some counter shots. You know what I'm saying? He was sitting down on them joints too. They trying to get Ryan Garcia to believe in himself, man. Regardless of what comes out his mouth, that doesn't mean he believes that, you know, this. He want to fight Rolly Romero next. They trying to get him to believe that he can compete at 140 pounds with the best. Lit for life on deck. What's good with it? They said Spence sleepy at Bud fight, but what he looked like in the pic on the left. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He looked the same way up here. And people be paying attention. Now you know the messages I be putting in my live streams. Because that's the same way his eyes was when he was sitting up there waiting to walk down. But this is a presser. You know? You know what I'm saying? This is a presser. Shout out to Shaw News and Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime Shaw in the building. Team Tucker official on deck. I can't take the word of no insider, outsider in the rain. Speaking on boxing business. Get an office, buddy. Yes, sir. Get an office, man. For real. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I have to, you know, be in the comfort of my own home, or I have to goddamn, if I was into it full time, I'm not into this full time. You know what I'm saying? But with certain people, they gotta learn one way or the other, man. Spencer joined, and on Thanksgiving too. Spencer joined Ferguson from UFC and have David Coggins train him. See, now you putting pieces together, 47. I ain't totally against that, bro. But like I said, 47, that's a good thought you had, right? As far as motivation and bringing attention to him and putting him on another level. Because Tony Ferguson, he's taking mad damage. Seriously. But with David, you know, they believe that he can get him somewhere that he ain't been in a long time. You know, he had some issues where he had a mental breakdown, and people thought he needed to, you know, go into a psych ward and get some help and stuff like that. Because he is an MMA fighter, and he's taking hits to the head, okay? But when it comes to like David training you, motivated the rigors of that training. That opinion, bro. If I was Spence, Blu-ray can do the same thing that David can do. I'm just being real. David just have a bigger platform, but it's not the platform. It's actually the work. Is Spence able to put in the work? Even if it was Blu-ray training him, would he want to put in the work? If it was David training, would he want to put in the work? I don't think so. A big part of me is like, hey, Spencer's only gonna do so much, and then he's gonna say, "No, I'm good." And then you can't make me do no more. I'm good. Shout out to MD Mills on deck. What it do, MD? Salute to you, brother. Team Crawford ain't falling for no okie doke. They operating under the assumption that Spence is locked in. Yeah, I mean, that's a good assumption. You know what I'm saying? That's a good assumption to, like you said, they're operating under the assumption that he's locked in. You, I, and everybody on here, I want him to be locked in. I want Spence to be locked in, man. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be locked in. I want him to be able to go out here and display some changes. I want to see if he's able to go in here and learn some new things to make this fight competitive, because they don't want me coming back on here with the hot grease, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when this fight gets back, I would say about 4 weeks out when we finally get an official fight date, right? That's if they give us they provide us the courtesy 4 weeks out from the fight, okay? If they tell us when the fight date, and I don't know if they're going to have any pressers like they did the first time, but if they decide to inform us, you know, ahead of time, then we have to look at, okay, are we going to get much more information than we got last time? You know, are we going to get much more information? You know, especially when the fight is announced, like we're going to get much more information than we had last time, so we can kind of better prepare for this. That's my biggest, that's the biggest challenge for me. Like, what's going to be different about this fight announcement than the last fight announcement? But as far as being locked in, I really hope that this is a good sign, seeing the little video of him going in there for the yoga class. I have no freaking complaints about a man going to yoga. It's very productive for your flexibility, your mind, your body. It is. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very, very much so. So I want him to be competitive, because I know with 4 weeks out, his fans that left and abandoned him, they're gonna start showing back up again. They're gonna start showing. They slowly but surely doing it now, right? They showing back up, pretending like it's gonna be return of the shark or whatever, and it's gonna be something different. He's been locked in. Ain't nobody heard nothing from him, and the shark is gonna return to feast, bro. That shark has been filleted, cooked, and served. You're gonna have to pick a different goddamn prey. I mean, different predator this time, and you need to come out the motherfucking water, because Crawford goddamn drowned your ass, and that's why he can't be a lifeguard no more. You know what I'm saying? That's why he can't be a lifeguard. He said you can't go in there and drown a shark like that and expect to go up here and watch people swimming. You can't do that. The way you drowned him, no. Took him to the deep end and drowned him, y'all. Carried him all the way around, thinking he was gonna drown him. Can't be no lifeguard up there. So all I'm saying is, be aware of the traffic. It's gonna be much more traffic once the fight is announced on the first half of the new year, if that's when it's gonna happen. I hope to God it ain't, anywhere like June, July, once they say it was in February, because you can't keep Spence out the ring that long, bro. You can't keep him out the ring. Just think about that. If that fight's like June, that's 6 months. This fight has to be at the first semester of 2024, just to get them in there, so we can be on track. We can be tracking. We can't keep him out the ring that long, bro, because that's too much. That's too much distraction. Then, he has one more holiday to go through, Christmas. Got to get through this month. You know what I'm saying? The remainder of December, we got to get through that, and then get to 2024 to kind of get an idea of who he's training with, because they're gonna have to start putting out all this, this all access shit. I mean, not all access, but you know what I'm talking about. They're gonna have to put out the training. I don't know how Amazon's gonna do it, but they're gonna have to start. If that's the format they're using, they're gonna have to start putting out this training, bro. We're gonna have to start trying to figure out, okay, who's doing what. You know what I'm saying? Who's training with who? Who's he switched up? I want to see how all this play out, man. I want to see like the access to the training camp, to the fight camp, whatever. I want to see how everything is. Is he still with Diddy James, or he switched up and went somewhere else? I want to see all that shit. I want to see all that. Crawford always come in 110% prepared. Any fight they not worried about what Spence doing. Yeah, they always come prepared, no doubt about it. And they wear that as a badge of honor, that they do watch film, they do study their opposition. I want to go back to you know what I'm saying? I want to go back to a tweet that I wanted to put out there for Ryan Garcia and his whole process of how he feels and what's going on with him. Ryan put this tweet out here recently. He said, a lot of people that supposedly was close to me was hoping I lose. Tried their best to use every tactic to throw me off, but my mental was protected, and I had that full armor of God on, Godspeed. Okay. I want to say it like this with Ryan Garcia. Like, he's telling us what a lot of people is trying to do to him. I don't know if this is just the baby side of Ryan Garcia, but I really don't get how everybody, all these people are coming at him, unless he too don't like being told what to do. Because why would all these people be coming at you for? What type of influence do you have? You know what I'm saying? You just made a crazy amount of money. Look at what I'm talking about, people. He just went in there with Javante. Were they pitting against you too to make that money? No, you went in there and made money and they made money, right? So if you made the money and you bragging about the 30 mil that you got, and you're telling people, hey, I'm the first fighter. You was just on X talking about, hey, I'm the first fighter without a title to get 30 million in a fight. You're bragging about it. But all of a sudden for this fight with Oscar Duarte last night, everybody's against you. People like me, I'm not buying it like that. I'm not buying it, Garcia, because you have it so well, bro. You was able to step in there with Tank Davis. Even in a losing effort, you made a lot of money. So basically, you was able to benefit off an opportunity. If God was with you, God blessed you on that. But all of a sudden, Oscar Duarte fight, people's against you. And they wanted you to lose, and they wanted this. If those same people wanted you to lose with Tank, and you did, but you still got paid, that doesn't elevate you out of the funk you in to, that doesn't, up your spirits to another level. The fact that you was able to make the amount of money you did and then go in here and fight Oscar Duarte and go in here and stop him, you're not happy? It's something else going on with you, man. There's something else going on. You're saying Jesus Christ and so forth, but you gotta have some belief and faith in Jesus Christ, not just because you want to talk about it and you want to get people to know that you have faith in Jesus Christ. Do you believe in what you're saying? Because it seems like somebody who won 30 million like yourself without a title, you'd be much more excited, bro. You'd be much more excited to go in there and stop this dude. You did what you were supposed to do, but yet you still sending out tweets and talking about a lot of people that supposedly was close to me was hoping I lose. Dude, they was hoping you lose. They failed. They didn't win because you didn't lose. You won. And you got paid again. What is the problem, man? Are you putting all this out there because you want more people to gravitate towards you because now you want to play the good guy that everybody's against? You want people to start showing you empathy, like, hey, that's the good guy right there. That's Ryan Garcia. But you want people to consider you the good guy, and you want your persona to be that of a bad boy. You want people to look at you like they do a lot of black fighters. They'll look at them as the bad guy, but yet they're the good guy when it comes to boxing that they want to see go in there and win, and vice versa. I don't know what you're trying to do. It's not confusing me. I'm just saying, Ryan, like, you have so much. You have more. Like you said, you earned a hellacious amount of money. You should be happy, but you seem like you ain't happy. You want to sit up here and talk about how Shakur Stevenson fought his ego, but you ain't trying to fight him next. You trying to fight Rolando Romero. Shit ain't adding up, bro. I'm just serious. It's not adding up to me because you was pretty much utilizing and the same tactics Shakur was doing. You was boxing. You was being patient. You was standing there, for a while, trying to figure out your opponent's timing. You wasn't really rushing it. Same thing Shakur was doing. But yet you get on here and drop a tweet like you upset and angry. That's the one thing I say about Spence. Spence ain't really on he ain't out here dropping tweets like that no more. Real talk. You don't know what the fuck he doing. But he ain't up here acting like he don't have a penny. Like you acting like you broke or something. They won't give you a fight. Like you on the shelf. Dude, you came back in this camp and you probably felt some way that a lot of people was freaking cheering Oscar or whatever, but that's your fan base. If you want to, try to get in the good graces of the Mexican fan base, you have to know they're going to pick and choose where you was born. I mean, you don't speak any Espanol, so of course they're going to feel some type of way, Ryan. But my biggest question to you is, where are the social media followers? How can you be as angry as you are, But yet you're supposed to have 10 plus million, 11 plus million social media followers. You're not happy. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you go on live sometimes on IG and talk to your fans? Just strictly talk to your fans. So, to have them bring you out of the funk that you in. Because it just seems like you just worried about the adversities, but yet you said Jesus Christ in your life, but yet you keep on talking about people going against you, against you, against you. I mean, if you really want to dedicate yourself, you know what I'm saying, and you believe you should be locked into a cave or something, crucified and locked into a cage and see if you rise on the Sabbath. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You acting like they're trying to find you and put thorns on your head and have you walk up with the cross on your back with nails through the palm of your hand. They never wanted me to box, y'all. Look what they did to my hands. They put nails in my hand. They never wanted me to box. I mean, you act like they want to crucify you, bro. Yes, that many social media followers. Wealthy. Well-known face in boxing and in life. A celebrity. Sponsored by high-end brands. You know what I'm saying? On TV with Damian Lillard in a freaking Powerade commercial, I believe. You have more than most, bro, but yet you're still addressing those who you believe that are plotting on you for the wrong reason. But to me, it seems like you're winning. To me, Ryan, it seems like you're winning. But to yourself, you don't care about how you're winning. You just want to continue to address the energy. You want people to tune in and come to your aid, and they don't even know what they coming to your aid for. Because you seem like you well off than most of us. It don't make any sense to me, bro. It seems like I don't know, man. It seems like depression, but I don't know, man. That guy, what's good? I don't see what's going on with Ryan. I can't call it, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. That dude is making millions upon millions. You know what I'm saying? This dude is being moved as he is. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, if you got all that money and you keep talking about Jesus Christ, if you're still unhappy, just go pay for a therapist. Just you have millions, bro. You getting sponsorship money. You're living very well, big dog. You're living very, very well. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're living very well. And you're up here, complaining and talking about Oscar, talking about B-Hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seem like you're not happy, man. Like, you want, I don't know, you act like you want the world of boxing to be at your disposal. You know what I'm saying? You want them to understand that, hey, I'm Ryan Garcia. Give me that love that I'm looking for. I need love. You know what I'm saying? Give me that love that I'm looking for. I don't know what the fuck this dude. I don't know. I mean, I don't have no problem with him saying Jesus Christ, but don't they say when you're trusting in the Holy Spirit himself, you should pray? I mean, you don't pray enough. Maybe you should pray a little bit more, man. You know what I'm saying? Pray. Maybe you should start taking, putting yourself on some meditation, something like that, because you're spending a lot of freaking liberty time out here addressing people that you don't believe that's in your best interest. That's all I'm saying. But y'all keep y'all eyes peeled for whatever reason. I wouldn't say this month. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think no information is gonna break this month. So be very careful about people that's putting out information that's not valid. You know what I'm saying? Incorrect information. Now I know a lot of you love, looking at that and listening to that information. But at this point in time, we don't beat Spence and Crawford in the head based off what happened, based off the results. You know what I'm saying? Based off everything else. Because really, Crawford's not talking about it too much. and we haven't heard a damn thing from Spence. You know what I'm saying? So it's really nothing that's going to really boost this up until we get the fight information and we get the first presser. Because then Spence have to come out of hiding and answer the questions that everybody want to know. And you know, Crawford, he has taken on the, you know, he's taking on the corporate road. You know, when you hear him out here talking, he won't say anything out of pocket about Spence. You know, except every now and then it's like you'll see something he put out there about some dealing with the fight, some dealing with the rematch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we always remember what happened in the first presser. When all these people want to feel some type of way about Spence because he got destroyed. But you got to remember, he was the one saying, I'm going to beat him like Kunta. You know what I'm saying? When you say you're going to beat somebody like a slave and people laughing all over the place, I was there. I heard the laughs. But I guarantee you those same laughs was goddamn crying and goddamn wiping their tears away on July 29th. I heard the people laughing in the ballroom. They had a good old time when I'm going to beat them like Kunta. You know? I mean, if he felt he was going to beat him like a slave, he should have did it. You can't beat him like a slave when he's on the canvas. But be very aware of these individuals that's putting out fake information and talking about so-and-so said it. We live in a tech era. You know what I'm saying? AI. If a person says something, all you got to do is record it. Just like the people who lied on me and said I was up here, you know, going against a fighter from my hometown and saying, hey, so-and-so typed this. Okay. If I typed it, if you saw it on a post, go back and screenshot it. Never received a screenshot. Never received a screenshot. But you have certain individuals just out here that want to be haters that's influenced by other people that don't like you. You know what I'm saying? How can that happen? You know, so be very aware. Be very aware of understanding the whole people accountable. If this is being said, then where you get your source from, let's see it on the screenshot, because that is a part of what we can do now. We can screenshot, we can record. If Ryan Garcia said, you know, Errol Spence is no longer, well, why we didn't hear that then? That should be viral right now. That video should be damn near at 400,000 views right now. Ryan Garcia says Errol Spence is no longer with Dereck James. That should be viral. But I understand, man. We got some people that can't understand English no more. You know what I'm saying? They can't understand English, bro. They just fabricate and make up shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not even imagination no more. It's just being a habitual liar. I'm gonna be honest. It's not. Look, it's just being a habitual liar. That's all. It's not that they don't understand English. They understand English very well, but it's just being a habitual liar. So when people saying Ryan said, well, play the audio, and I'll come back on here and apologize. Play the audio. Well, Ryan said that Errol Spence is no longer with Dereck James. Play the freaking audio. You can't get the audio, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't get it. What are you doing, bro? For real. Shit don't make no sense to me. But I'll be back on later, y'all. You know, salute to everyone who pulled up, man. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. We should do it again. Peace to everyone. I'm out.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports.
Hey, what you got to say there, champ? Yeah, man. What's up, black man? It's your turn. What you got to say? What you got to say? To this day! To this day! To this day!